All right, we're setting out on the San Gorgonio hike. How far is the hike to the top? About 9 miles. But we're not going all the way to the top tonight. We're going to High Creek Camp area, which is probably about 5 or 6 miles. But we got these heavy backpacks. This is going to be the biggest hike I've ever done with this much weight. And so we'll see how that works out. Over there you got beautiful waterfall coming out of the mountains. Right there. So that tells us there's some good water back there. I'm doing this entire trip with Carol. Carol, you ready?
I'm ready. Hey.
This is going to be, if I can make it to the top, that's going to be very rewarding. But this, I don't know, 9 miles to the top, that's going to be a challenge. But we're going to make it one way or another. See you in a bit.
The edge and see water spout down.
Okay, so this is where the hike really begins, right?
Well, for the permit, you can go 1 mile in without a permit. And then I heard
No, but we've already hiked, or you did.
Yeah.
You've hiked 2 miles already to this point, huh?
Yeah,
Just
a mile and a half.
to get to the trailhead.
my phone.
Yeah.
And you know, we got our heavy packs on.
You're the brave one, huh? You volunteered to take the car down and hike up, huh?
Yeah, I'm fine with walking and stuff, just not with a pack.
Yeah. And
My
I do
pack
day
weighs
hikes.
32.
Yeah.
At 32 pounds.
They say the best kind of like ratio is something like a quarter or a third. If you no more than a third, and at best a quarter for.
Well, then I'd be right on.
Yeah, as far as
That way I think.
practical. Yeah.
But I got a belly that I'm carrying too.
I was thinking about dropping the tent and just go rogue and, you know.
That's what I was telling you. Remember, if we couldn't quite, if it was full up there or something, we could just throw our tent anywhere. You know, hide or something. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
I like it. I like the rogue.
10, 15 pounds. But if you're at High Creek, there's more water, so there's more bugs.
We're gonna make it there, even if we have to get there tonight.
That's true. You know how much
You too. Both of you.
We got all day to get there.
That's the way I look at it.
This is the trail right here.
Right across here.
Anyways, have a good one.
You too. Oh, have a good one.
So, a couple facts about this mountain, San Gorgonio, for those that you don't know, that San Gorgonio is the highest mountain in Southern California. And I'm getting some horror stories from different hikers about it, you know, getting up there. So like I said, we're going to High Creek Camp area, which is about 5 miles in. And that's going to be hard enough. That's going to be a full day, I bet, because we have a lot of weight on our backpacks. I don't do things right. I pack heavy. I got a kitchen pan in there, cans of chili, stove. My stuff's not lightweight at all. So it's kind of an experiment to see if I actually can make it to High Creek. At least tomorrow when we go to the peak, I'll have very little weight on me. Right now, this is pretty much where we've already hiked like 2 miles just to get this point. And this is where the trail actually starts. We have to cross this little creek right here. Let's see, can you see the creek? This little creek going through here. We got to cross this whole riverbed right here and start going up the mountains. Let's see, it goes up this way and around, and then on our way up to the higher elevations. Whew. See you in a bit.
Can you take a picture of me crossing this wash?
Huh?
Can you take a picture of me, like crossing, like right in the middle somewhere?
Well, I'm shooting video right now.
Oh, sorry.
Yep, but a little stream right here. Okay, I was told at the beginning of this hike, starts off extremely severely. The first mile and a half. Would they say the first mile and a half is like 1,000 feet elevation gain?
Something like that.
And they're not kidding. Ranger down there was telling me a lot about some of the problems they're experiencing with bears in Forest Falls. They said recently they had to shoot one because it just got too aggressive, and then it ended up breaking into somebody's cabin, or I should house, or whatever it is down there in Forest Falls, and tore up the kitchen. And there was people in the house, and they called the Forest Service or authorities, and they said they had to put it down just because it was, danger to the public. That's what they said. But there's a lot of bears in San Gorgonio. There's a better chance of seeing a bear here than just about anywhere else.
Yeah.
Said there's a lot of bobcats, coyotes, and what else did he say? Let's see, bobcats, coyotes. He said a lot of bobcats, and of course, some mountain lions. But those are pretty rare that you see those, but they're around. Boy, this is steep. Just in a short distance, we've already gained quite a bit of altitude. It's the first mile and a half to 2 miles we have to get past. That's probably going to be the hardest part of today, because it said it's a little more moderate after that. So first we got to go to, what's that first campground called? Well, I don't know if it's San Gorgonio campground. That's the first one. And the second campground is, I don't know, middle campground. And then there's High Creek. That's where we're going. That's probably about 5 miles. I know we're not gonna be able to go past that today, because not with this weight. Because after that campground is a real climb. Very steep switchbacks to the summit from that point on. So to give you guys an idea where we're at now, if you look way down there, that's down into Mill Creek Valley. And I mean way down there. Our car is parked about right there. Somewhere in that area right there. So we've come quite a ways already. We just made it to the wilderness boundary. We've already gone about 2 miles. And we're now entering San Gorgonio Wilderness. I just took my pack off right now. I feel like 1,000 pounds lighter. I got a lot of stuff in there. And like I say, I don't pack right. I got all heavy stuff. It's not that bad. It's about 40 pounds.
It's more than 40 pounds.
Do you think mine's more than 40 pounds?
Yeah, mine's 32, and I can't even pick yours up.
Okay, maybe mine's 50. I didn't weigh it or anything. It does feel pretty heavy. But yeah, she's got a pretty big load right there too. I'm ready for any contingency. Rain, snow, animal attack.
Hopefully not.
Food, water, I got it all. I think. Lights. I didn't forget my lights this time. Okay, we're now dropping into the Vivian Creek, the Vivian Creek area. It's beautiful back here. Look at all these dense woods and trees and everything. Nice little trail. And I think Vivian Creek is right down here. I hear some water. I'm not sure how big it is down about right there. I think we accomplished probably the hardest part of this whole day to High Creek, and that's the first part. Very nice and shady. It's breezy. Temperature not bad at all. I'd say 70s. This would be a good camp spot in here. This would be a good place to camp, huh?
Yeah.
There it is. Little Vivian Creek. I just absolutely love it in here. We just passed the Vivian Creek campground. That was the first campground. Now we're on to the second campground. Hey, do you remember what it said about what the second campground's named?
I can look it up.
Well, there's one more campground that we have to go through, and then the next campground after that, which is a few miles after that, is High Creek. It is absolutely beautiful. All right, here it is, major creek crossing.
Oh, I hope it'll fall in.
You cross it that way, I'll take the log.
Oh. Oh, super long.
Nah, this creek's like a little brook, but it's very nice.
There's going to be a lot of butterflies.
Yeah, there is. We've noticed a lot of butterflies in here.
Oh, hey, look at the tree.
Yeah, that's a big one, tall one, and big. I don't know if you can see in the video, but I'm seeing all kinds of butterflies. Got a little spot that's open to the sun right here. Because Vivian Creek was all shaded in. But not for long. You can see where we gotta go. A lot of shade. Look at that. Hope maybe I can zoom in. There's butterflies all over the ground right there. It's like we're close to some kind of a nest or something. Can you see that? All right, we made it to halfway camp. That's the second camp. How many miles does this represent?
Like 3 probably.
I think this would represent half the whole hike to the summit, except we're not going to the summit tonight. We got, let's see, we passed Vivian Creek Campground. This is the second one, halfway camp. And the third one is High Creek. That's our destination for tonight, High Creek. We're going to set up a base camp there. We're quite a ways in here already. Beautiful, pristine forests right in this area. You actually got to take this trail down to get to the halfway campground, so we're not going to go down there. But you could see people are camping down there. But since we're not going there, we're not going to go down that trail. We're going to bypass the whole campground. And we're going to go up a little ways in the shade, take a break, and then we're on our way to our final destination. We're getting there. See you in a bit. All right, we're within a quarter mile of what is it? So tired, I can't even. High Creek Campground. And from, got about a quarter mile. So in the distance, I already see a little waterfall right there. Let's see. And I think that's, hold on, I gotta get my glasses.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Oh, okay. You guys camping?
Yeah, we are.
All right. Well, have fun out there.
Thank you. The waterfall's right there. I don't know if you can see it on video. For some reason, I can't find it on the video, but when I take it off the video, I can see it. Anyways, we're about a quarter mile from our destination for tonight. Thank God. Okay, here's a little better shot of the waterfall. Right there.
Pretty nice falls, huh?
Okay, after a good night's sleep, we're getting a little bit late start, but we're heading off to the peak. Okay, this is what we're having for a snack. Okay, this is a chili mac with beef, freeze dried, and you put boiling water in here. We're boiling the water on a little kerosene stove. It's a half propane, kerosene, there's some mix. Might turn it up. Anyway, put that in there. There's a lot in here too, enough for two. We're gonna eat this for our way down. Then we're gonna the second half of the trip. And the second half of the trip is going to be the hardest part of the whole climb. It's going to be a lot of switchbacks. It's going to take about 3 hours to get to the top. Then we have to after we're done there, we have to come back down. That might take 2 hours to get down to this point, and then pack up all our stuff and then go back down the 6 miles down the mountain. It's going to be a full day. But we decided we are going to move forward to go to the peak. If I don't do it now, I may never do it. This is an enormous mountain climb. But I barely made it here last night. I was crawling to High Creek camp area right here. Plus I had a like 40-50 pound pack. And we already decided not to go to the peak today, but now that we woke up feeling pretty good, we're going to go ahead and do it. It's a beautiful area, High Creek. There's a waterfall over there. It's very cold right now. Hey, I'd say it's in the 30s right now, huh?
I have no idea.
It is freezing.
Cold.
It's somewhere in the 30s. My hands are numb, but I got a good jacket. And we're going to be heading up. See you in a bit.
Oh, we're at 1 mile.
Okay, ran into this pretty neat view right here. This really gives a perspective of where we've come. But if you look down there, you could see the cloud cover. And that's looking in the direction of, well, like Redlands and that area. But it's all covered by clouds, and it's way down there. And we're doing the peak now. We still got, I'm not sure if this is it up here or not. We got like at least 2.5 miles to go. The views just keep getting better and better as we're starting to approach the tops. But that's looking in the San Gorgonio wilderness. Over there, the way the sun's hitting really makes those clouds stand out over there. You can see. Now, hey, check it out. See that mountain over there in the distance?
Yeah.
That's Jacinto.
Oh, really? That's where we... Oh.
Yeah, that's San Jacinto. Where those clouds are at, that's where the 10 freeway goes through there. Beautiful sight. But as you can see, we're not going to stop climbing until there's nothing higher than us. And right now there's a lot of things higher than us. But we're getting there. Okay. So after about 8 miles of climbing and 2 days, this is what we got left. I believe the highest point is up there. And I don't know if you can see good on this video, but you can see the trail crossing up this way. And works its way up to that point. We're down to the last couple miles, maybe a mile and a half. At this point, I could pretty much say that we are going to make it. I wasn't so sure when I was back in High Creek. See you in a bit. Oh, he left? There he is.
Right there.
It's a little chipmunk.
Yeah.
Okay, we're making it here to the peak right now. San Gorgonio Peak. This is San Gorgonio Peak right there. That pile of rocks. That's the highest point anywhere in Southern California. We made it, but still gotta climb that. And I gotta say that this hike had many, many challenges. This was not an easy hike. I mean, it did help staying overnight at High Creek. And it's actually lucky that we're making it here, because at High Creek yesterday, we made a decision last night that we're not going to go any further because it's just too hard. I was just wiped out. And High Creek is 2/3 of the whole hike, but the last 1/3 that takes you up here, that's about half the effort packed in 3 miles. And so this hike, obviously challenges the body, and this hike has also challenged my mind a lot on this. It's a long hike. It's close to 10 miles from start to here. I'll show you some of the views when I get to the top. All right, we made it to the top, and I'll be taking a picture in a few minutes up right about there where the sign's at. But this is the top of Mount San Gorgonio, and there's absolutely nothing that's higher than us anywhere. That mountain right there, San Jacinto. You got the cloud cover. Let's see. You look on this side, you're looking inward towards like Big Bear, in that part of the wilderness. In fact, if I zoom in over there, you can see Big Bear Lake. Big Bear Lake's over there. See down there at that canyon down there is where the Santa Ana River goes through. Been there lots of times, fishing, camping, down by Seven Oaks. And that's the area where, I don't know if you guys all remember. Hey, what was that police officer that was killing Dorton or something? The guy that was killing police officers, and they finally had a shootout. That was down there. And that's where his life ended.
I am calling you from the very top of the
Size of the
summit.
flyers we have now
I'm
versus
standing here,
and a lot of the stuff that used to be really
360
pretty like this.
view above any tree line.
Lots of chipmunks all over this place.
Freaking amazing. You can see Big Bear.
They're not gonna this year, the year this
But all I have to say is, yeah, this hike, this mountain climb was a biggie. I don't think I could have made it in one day. Our strategy to get here worked pretty well. We had planned to hike up to High Creek and set up base camp, and then hike up here today. Which I'm telling you that it's from High Creek to here is about 3 miles, but it's about half the difficulty of the whole hike is just those 3 miles alone. Last night I didn't think I was going to get here today, but she said, let's go. And I said, okay, let's get it at any cost. Let's get up here. How do you think the hike was?
It was awesome. Awesome. Good.
It was a hard one.
I have phone reception.
Anyways, made it. And I'm going to sign off on this hike. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get a 360 of the peak where I'm at. This area right here this is the whole mountain right here. I'm at the highest point of this mountain. I believe over there is San Bernardino Peak. Let me go on and look at all the cloud cover over the LA Basin. Now we look towards like Beaumont in that valley right there. All the cloud cover. 10 freeway goes through there. Then you get to the San Jacinto Mountains and the peak right there. Then you get over there, you got the that's all the San Jacinto Mountains right there. That goes south. Another part of the peak here. Look that way, and now you're looking into San Bernardino Mountains and Wilderness and all the canyons that has. Down here, this is by Highway 39, Santa Ana River. That goes on the south side of Big Bear. Then you got the Santa Ana River down there. Like I said before, you got the Big Bear Lake right there. You can barely see part of it. And that's it. That's the whole 360. Now, there's the guys that were on the peak. One of the guys is the actual founder of SoCal Hikers, the founder of the website, and there's many people following him and doing these challenges. That's him right there, just leaving the peak. We met him. It's a big mountain. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed hiking with Carol. We did it, right?
Yes, I'm putting it in the book.
This is, out of the 6-peak challenge, this is her 6th peak. So she completed the challenge.
Woohoo!
This is my 4 of 6. So I still got San Bernardino Peak to climb and Mount Wilson. So I'm going to try to do San Bernardino Peak in the next few weeks or 3 weeks before it starts snowing, because any little rain system comes in here now, it's going to put snow here right away. So I got a little window to complete San Bernardino, otherwise I won't complete the challenges here.
I don't see a pen up here. Do you have a pen? Hey, howdy.
Howdy, how are y'all?
Good, good.
Look at chipmunks everywhere right here. They're so close I can almost grab them.
How awesome was that to have him cheer me on for my 6th and final peak?
Yeah, how about that? That is a coincidence. Great hike, signing off.